It's been 7 years since our mom died, and safe to say we've been in our dead mom era.
Mom's dead.
Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Let's normalize our dead mom. But first,
we've done a really good job of that.
You guys, with that being said, welcome to Cozy Conversations with the Sister Project. I'm your host, Lauren, and this is my real sister from the same mom.
Yep.
Michelle.
Same mom, same canal.
Yeah, same canal.
Shot right out.
And the thing, thank you. Thank you, sir.
There he goes again, pampering, primping the host.
The talent.
And I'm just hanging out over here looking like I got hit by a bus.
Stop. You look great. Are you feeling better?
Yeah,
Michelle had a rough start.
No, I'm fine. I'm not going to lie. My mood was I was a little edgy. Well, I told you moments ago, I woke up a little moist this morning in that perimenopausal way.
What is that about? Oh, because you're
just
sweating when you're
sweating
in the nighttime.
Boob sweat, just a dewy, not in a like a sensual kind of way.
Yeah, not in even like a glow kind of way.
Not in like a fresh sleep kind of way. Kind of like a hit by a bus kind of a way.
I'm sorry to hear that. But the good news is every woman who I've ever spoken to or I've heard about, once they get past the perimenopause and that they're in menopause, they say it's like the best time of their life.
Even if they don't have an inner labia anymore, that just shrivels up and dies.
Wait, that happens?
Oh yeah, honey.
Okay, wait a second.
It's literally atrophies. So I mean, maybe they just don't. I know you're not okay, and neither am I.
I'm not okay.
The first time I learned it, I was like, "You mean to tell me that?"
I'm kind of mad at you.
Yeah, atrophies, vaginal atrophy. Yep. Disappears.
Vatrophy.
Technical term. It's in the medical books.
Okay.
Yep. That happens.
Awesome. So if anyone out there has had experience with this, call us up on our landline and leave us a message and tell us about your shriveled up labia.
Pics.
Let's
Just
normalize. Please don't. Let's normalize perimenopause.
Let's.
And by the way, yes, these women who I've heard from, they haven't mentioned the dried up, shriveled inner labia. So I don't know if they're
not talking about that
maybe they just
part.
ignored it.
Maybe they didn't notice.
Well,
let's talk about
thanks,
our dead
Michelle.
mom.
Well, let's first dive into, we got a message. Jessie Vercoda. It's either Vercoda or Verchoda.
Let's go Vercoda. Speaking of shriveled labia. Yeah.
Jessie Vercoda left us a message. She called up our messaging system, and by that
she called our house
She called our house phone, and by doing that, I mean she pressed a button and left us a voice
real simple.
message. Let's see what Jessie Vercoda has to say.
Hey ladies, it's Jessie, one of your weird internet friends. It's been such a joy to follow you along and watch you guys evolve together over the years. And Michelle, how amazing is it that I got to meet you in person for the first time on our spring break trip in Sedona.
So random.
Lauren, I hope to meet you soon, but I feel like I already know the two of you. Congrats on your new way of, having a chance to listen to all of us, your followers. Have a great weekend and talk to you soon. Bye.
Jessie, thank you. Michelle told me, Jessie, how she met you at a bar.
No, we were at our hotel.
We
were staying at the same hotel, and there's nothing more surreal than walking around in a distant land and hearing somebody that's voice you don't recognize go, "Hey, Michelle from the Sister Project
in Arizona."
What?
You'd be like, "What?" And how exciting is that?
Super cool.
I love meeting our whiffs in the wild.
She made me laugh because she was there on a family vacation with her and her husband and her kids, and they were there because that's where I believe she said he proposed to her, like they got engaged, and they were kind of wondering why they brought the kids back. It wasn't as relaxing as that first time around.
You know what? But I'm hoping that Jessie had a great vacation anyway.
I mean, they were in the vortex. How could you not?
And that was in Sedona.
Yeah.
Yeah, we heard you told us about that a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
All right, well, speaking of little getaways, my little group of friends and we went to stay at a very cool Airbnb called Able Acres in Sawyer, Michigan.
Love Sawyer.
I'm obsessed with Sawyer, Michigan.
I could live in Sawyer, Michigan year round.
I've kind of thought about this. Our group was talking about like, what would it be like to like, kind of like what were the winters like? It just is a perfect, I don't know. I'm kind of
you feel
into
like
it.
you get like the woodsy vibe, the lake vibe.
Yeah.
You've got like the small town, like country vibe.
The little toy, why was I going to say
toy shops? You guys going to toy shop? Toy Story? Okay, good.
A lot of antiquing.
Yes,
a lot of
thrifting.
like mom and pop, really cool establishments. Actually, shout out to this restaurant called Out There. They have, oh my God. It was one of the best meal dinner experiences I've had with friends in a long time. It's an old Shell gas station.
Oh, cool.
And the food was out of this world.
What did you eat?
A lot of fish. There were oysters. What else? There
The menu was kind of like
crazy lentil salad.
It's a wine bar, but it was like the menu you would have thought would have been like small plates, little things to nibble on, but it was way more than that.
Very filling.
Yeah.
It was such a vibe, just very relaxed, but also kind of like upscale and like a lot of like local ingredients and whatnot. So
love that.
Anyone going out to Sawyer, check out there. But yeah, Able Acres was like this really, I think it sleeps 12 people. So this is for like for locals needing an Airbnb with a group of friends or a couple families. The property, the deer come and graze during sunset in the morning.
Yeah.
It's really walkable. It's just it was one of those experiences with friends where you just like wished you had 5 more days.
I have to say, I'm about to head out on a trip with my girlfriends, and I am counting the minutes till I have those days.
Is this your mother? Are you doing a Mother's Day trip? Where are you going?
We're going to Savannah.
Fun.
Yeah, so excited.
I've
And I'm
never
currently
been.
listening. Neither have I.
You need to call our friend Maggie, who lived in Savannah for many years.
I'm going
It's
to
been a
on
minute
my way
she's
home.
been there, so I don't know,
Did you ever read the book In the Garden of Good and Evil?
No, but I know we're going to talk about that later.
Oh, yeah, that's right, because that's what Jen...
Who wrote that book?
I don't remember the name.
It was it was Midnight in the Garden of Good and Evil. Right?
That's what I said, right? Did I say Midnight in the Garden of Good and
I
Evil?
thought that's what you just said.
Okay.
Yeah.
Don't trip her up.
I don't remember.
No.
I remember watching it and reading it many years ago, but my
John
friend...
Cusack, right?
John Cusack.
Mom loved that.
I never watched that movie.
It's good.
It's good. We should watch it.
Yeah.
Let's watch it. It's good.
Takes place, and they're talking about like the Mercer House and all of the architecture, and it's getting me excited for the trip.
I love doing things like that. Is preparing through reading or listening for a trip.
Don't they call Savannah Charleston's slutty little sister?
Oh,
I don't
do
know.
they throw in slutty or just little sister?
I've heard slutty.
And why?
I don't know.
So full of shit, Michelle. They probably call it Charleston's little sister, but he threw in
No, like, it's a little dirtier maybe. It's a little...
Oh, maybe, okay, dirty little sister. Whatever.
Is that bad?
I'm
You can
no,
cut it
let's
out.
go
What
with
about Charleston's looser little sister?
I like that too. Hey, Charleston's, but I'm also like Charleston's little sister, no matter what she is. She's
I'm not
good to go.
shaming it. I'm just
What
saying.
about Charleston's middle sister? Nope, they're going extinct.
Yeah, we're going extinct. She doesn't exist.
No, too bad.
But speaking of Maggie and Savannah, Maggie came, we were talking about her age, and I'm 43, and Maggie's like, let's put a spin on this. What about version 4.3?
Interesting.
So
That's interesting. So I'm version 4.8. Next year I'll be 4.9.
Yeah, and then you'll be 5.0. And that's kind of fucking
that.
cool.
I do kind of like that.
Is it? My friends come up with good stuff. Domestic Engineer was a couple weeks ago.
Still riding high on that.
Version 4.3. Because each year you just kind of like add on more knowledge, more wisdom.
It's like
troubleshooting.
It's like your update on your iPhone.
Yes. I think it's kind of brilliant.
I kind of like it.
Okay, that was the first one of the things she talked about. And then the other thing that the whole group, I don't know if Anthony even cares about this, but you didn't seem anxious. We were walking in a woodsy area and ticks.
Did you see them?
They're just everywhere.
Did you see them with your eyes?
No, but Maggie and Katie sometimes get ticks. Like they kind of attract them for some reason.
Well, they're
They
always
have
in the
2
woods.
dogs. They're always in the woods and they have 2 dogs.
I mean,
that's part of it.
That's not, there is a reason.
Yeah, there is a reason. You're right. But so when I'm with Maggie, sometimes I'm like, even if she doesn't have her dog, I'll be like, so how many ticks do you think you're going to get on you before we walk out of here?
I don't even...
But ticks are like a thing. Like they've gotten worse. And Maggie and I were talking about it. It's with the warmer climates. It's with like the weird shifts in the season. So it's not just so cut and dry anymore.
And it's, the tick season's longer.
Yes. And even when it's cold out, there are ticks.
Wasn't I with you when we walked out of the woods and that gentleman took the time to de-tick and then explain to us?
Yes. And I was like, do you have ticks on you? He's like, yes, they're everywhere.
Yeah, F that. I'm staying on the trail.
Light clothing. That was one of the biggest tips. I do light clothing
great.
for now on.
All I wear is black.
Socks over your pants.
Oh, okay.
Hat, hair, and I tuck my hair in.
Hairnet?
I'm taking
We going hairnet?
Might as well.
Wait, light clothing?
Yeah,
so you can see the ticks. Because if you are wearing black, and some ticks are so small, like you wouldn't, they're tiny. But if you're wearing a white, top, a white t-shirt, you can see it on you.
There's got to be some like new technology where it's just like a scan, like a body. Like
there are repellents.
Some little thing that you.
I mean,
and then it goes boop, 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 and then you
Sick.
blast it off.
Ticks
blow it away.
Ticks freak me out.
Well, I hate that they gaze. Remember?
What do you mean they gaze?
They don't jump. That's how, remember, I think that was the word that they used to describe how they attach to their host. You'll be walking and you brush along a leaf or a plant or something, and they just kind of attach themselves to. They just hop on they don't even hop. They just for a ride.
They just kind of
latch on.
Gross.
Or fall out of a tree.
That's just all gross.
That would suck.
They just carry like a lot of
problems.
Things.
A
Like
lot of
really,
problems.
Speaking of bugs,
oh my God!
I hate when there's
what do you have like
a
a
little
gnat flying or
gnat.
pig pen?
It's so gross. I feel like that. It's around me
It's
right
like a
now.
fruit fly.
But with that being said, we went on dune hikes. Have you ever gone on a dune hike?
I have.
They are so fun.
Onekama, Michigan.
Wow, where's that?
Like up a ways. It's like a 6-hour
Like
drive.
upper
Yeah.
UP-ish.
Yeah.
Dune hikes are something fun. And
They're pretty
my
fun.
biggest tip is to find a walking stick because you're going to need it
To climb.
help. Yeah. At one point, two of our members, we felt like Dune on the apocalypse. And then we were really having fun pretending we were in the apocalypse. Like we were picking our leader, our navigator, who's good for what.
Was this a sativa infused experience?
Yeah, probably a little bit, but we all get in on it.
Yeah.
Dunes, man, those are fun. So we did that. And all I got to say is Sawyer, Michigan.
Love it.
Set up a weekend to go. And I'll drop the link for Able Acres. So if people want to check out that property, they can go and stay there.
You know, I spent some time in Sawyer, Michigan. We don't need to go
Wait,
into it.
what?
Well, my only
Did you go to
friend's
jail?
family had a home there. So
Oh.
we'll just leave it that. And so I would go hang out with them.
Marie Wyatt.
Yep.
Her family's house was in Sawyer, Michigan. So
Yeah.
people have been going up there to vacation and get away from the
For our
hustle
entire
and the
lifetime.
bustle our entire lifetime.
Yeah, a family friend of ours who's an attorney also has a home up there.
There's a lot going on up there.
Sawyer's hot.
Well, then there's Three Oaks, which is where Prancer was filmed.
Oh, see, now you bring that up just because you had to let it out. What is this, like fucking Christmas and
I mean, I think it's
April,
important to
April?
know. I think it's a highlight.
The whole town is still getting over that young girl.
Oh, whiny little pussy ass bitch.
But you guys, how about Greenbush Brewery closing and Virtue Cider closing?
And their message made me sad.
Tell me.
Their message was like, we've tried
To
as
make it,
hard
to
as we
keep alive.
could for as long as we could, but we can't anymore.
What a bummer.
I
what
know.
a bummer.
Incredible. Some of the best gumbo I've ever had in my life at Greenbush.
I mean, I had a pulled pork like spread and it was delicious. And it was really, I was really happy that our little group we were probably one of the last diners there.
Yeah, you were.
What a bummer.
Total bummer. And Virtue.
And Virtue Cider.
Remember
Greg?
we went
yes,
there?
I do.
And you tried to tell that guy that you also had a tattoo? He had an impressive sleeve of tats. And Lauren was trying to make a connection. And she was like, so I've got a tattoo too. And he kind of was not interested. And he looked over. And Lauren showed him basically a dot that you need a magnifying glass to see. Yeah, no,
he didn't even laugh.
He didn't think it was funny.
I guess. Thank you.
I did.
Golly. I mean, I laughed. I don't care. You know what? If you don't want to laugh.
Once in a while, even the great Lauren Massarella strikes out.
Oh,
She did.
That hurt.
It was a swing and a miss.
Swing and miss. Swing and miss. All right, let's start talking about our dead mom. But before we dive into our cozy convo on having a dead mom, we have an ad break. This podcast is sponsored and supported by Let It Be Us. Let's talk about something that's really important that's happening right here in our Chicago community. Let It Be Us is helping children entering foster care find safe and loving homes, especially in those first critical moments. Currently, Let It Be Us is looking for emergency foster parents within a 50-mile radius of Arlington Heights. And what's so important to know is that you are fully supported. So if you decide, I want to help a child in need on an emergency basis, your family will be trained and it will be licensed, and you will be licensed through Shelter Youth and Family Services, and you will receive guidance, resources, and financial support along the way. Something to know is that most kids entering care right now are between the ages of 7 and 16, and placements are short term, but they can make a huge impact during a really vulnerable time. So if you want to learn more, go to letitbeus.org. You can look at different ways that you can help in regards to fostering, which is a powerful thing to do for any human, especially child in need. Let It Be Us, thank you for sponsoring today's podcast. All right. Our mom's dead, Michelle.
As a doornail. Mom's dead. As a doornail.
You just brought together Aunt Jackie from Roseanne and Charles Dickens.
I did.
Marley was dead.
as a doornail.
So I was thinking about this because we recently just went through we just passed up her 7 years of death.
Can't believe it.
Death day. Really? Do you
I
feel
mean,
like
it feels like, it doesn't feel like just yesterday anymore. Like there definitely feels like there's some space now, but 7 years is like a lot.
do you have like can you recall the death like it was just yesterday?
Yes.
Yeah, same.
It's a little foggy like the time leading up to the actual death day is getting a little foggy. Like I'm not totally 100% on some things that were happening, but I remember the death day. I do remember that like it was yesterday.
Now, before we go into the death day, I think it's only fair that we talk a little bit about our mom before she was dead.
Yeah, you mean the life that like the when she had a little life in her? She had a whole lot.
Even before dementia, because fuck that disease.
Yeah, let's not give dementia.
I mean,
the platform today.
Not
let's
today
talk about
because
the June
I mean,
bug.
anyone that's been through dementia or Alzheimer's knows that first of all, you're grieving your loved one the entire time, and then they die, and then you've got to grieve them again.
Yep.
So before dementia took our mom's really fun energy, vibrant, kind of feisty, kind of a butthead sometimes.
Kinda.
But see, I was thinking about this. Like, Mom and I, when I think back, and there were moments where Mom and I struggled as a mom and daughter.
Same.
And I'm almost convinced that was when Mom was showing signs of sickness, that when we didn't know, like her personality was starting to change, and I felt her love for me was changing.
Yep.
And I think that those were like the really early years of Mom's, like almost disorientation of what she prioritized in relationships.
How old were you around?
I was in my 20s. I was in like my mid 20s.
Yeah, that checks.
Yeah, she was kind of a bitch to me, to be honest with you. And she had forgotten my birthday one year.
Oh my God. Wait, now that you're saying that, because we would be in my like later 20s, like, and that kind of, she and I were struggling a little bit.
And this is the thing, maybe, and I
early 30s when I had the twins.
Early 30s for you, Michelle.
Because even my birth, like not the birth, but like the post birth, there was like some behaviors where I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, you're supposed to be like,
had a baby.
Yeah, exactly.
I had two babies.
Yeah, fuck that.
And I was like, I was not making sense. And I was feeling very gaslit.
I was feeling gaslit. I was feeling abandoned. I was feeling like not wanted, which is abandoned. I was feeling like she was being a bitch to me. And I was like, what the fuck? We usually had really good time. Like my memories of Mom when she was healthy was when I was living at home, like as a young adult.
Yeah.
And I'd be upstairs, like, doing whatever. And she would scream from downstairs and I would be on the third floor and she'd be like, Lauren. Yeah. And I was like, oh my God. And she was like, let's go get something to eat. Yep. And we would go to Oak Brook because that's where we would go. There was all the restaurants.
To the Nordstrom Cafe.
And we go to Nordstrom's Cafe or the Greek restaurant later in life. There was a yummy Greek restaurant that she loved going to. And we would just have a really lovely time. That was our health. That was when our relationship was really healthy and normal. And honestly, for a long time, it always was. It was when she got sick that I had to work on my anger towards her because I didn't realize that she was fucked up.
Yeah, and then you have to go through the forgiving yourself and giving yourself grace because then you beat yourself for feeling horrible because then you know that she wasn't she was struggling. My fond memories of Mom when she was thriving and fun loving and like all of those things. She would call me to come over for coffee. Like that was our thing. Like either we would sit and like just
in LaGrange.
Yeah.
Okay.
Belly up to the counter. She'd have her spot inside, like in the nook of the counter. And then I'd be on the other side and we would just drink our like 1 part coffee, 3 parts
4 parts creamer.
Gross. Remember? Just like straight.
She loved her cream.
Loved it. And I did too. Like I remember when I had to ditch that finally.
I was telling Anthony, we passed Dunkin' Donuts recently. And I was telling him when I worked with you at CY, we would get half cream, half sugar, or extra cream, extra sugar in our coffee.
We called it a Boston style coffee.
It was basically dessert.
And then I would get the gaggies, which I've talked about. I drank so much caffeine, I'd gag.
It's sick. Okay, fun. I love that you have these cherished memories of spending.
So fun.
I remember when I first got back from Italy the first time, Mom had me come out on the front porch and tell her everything about my Italy trip.
Aww.
And then when I got older and I was taking more trips and doing other things in life and she wasn't cared at all, I was sad and I didn't realize it, but I think those were those early moments of dementia where she just was losing interest in things that have been her only interest her entire life.
And it felt weird. But don't you ever think about like the things that we're doing now? Like I fully believe that if Mom were here today and fully healthy and with it, she'd
probably be here cooking something.
Cheerleader.
She'd be on the show.
She would listen to she would be our biggest fan.
She would. I think when Mom was at her best, she was our biggest fan. She had her hands full with like 5 kids.
Yeah. I mean, who wouldn't?
And it's hard to keep track of all them. I mean, they did forget to pick me up at soccer practice one day.
We've heard. All right, move on. Right. Okay.
Did I ever tell on the podcast the story of Mom taking me to the grocery store?
Yeah.
That's my favorite story.
Yeah, you have.
That's my first story of Mom is when she took me to the grocery store with her when I was young and I wanted to go with her. That's my earliest memory of her. Do you have one?
I was thinking about it yesterday, and I think that when I thought back to it, I remember being a little girl, like maybe a little bit older than Luna, and Mom I would follow her into the bathroom when she would go to get ready because our parents,
oh my God,
they went
cute.
they went out every week during the good times. Every Friday night they got a babysitter.
I love it.
And I remember they paid her $25 and they ordered pizza for the house and that was their night out. And I remember going into the bathroom and sitting on the toilet bowl.
And you were 5-ish?
And I would stare. I was little and I would watch her put on every ounce of makeup.
This can make me cry.
And I know, I'm going to start crying.
Well, because I can imagine you as like a little kid too, just sitting there be like, hey, Mom.
Yeah, I just want her little shadow.
Yep.
And I just remember watching her put her concealer under her eyes. And then it wasn't until
that's why we all put too much concealer
under our eyes. And I always remember thinking she was so pretty.
So pretty.
And that she smelled good.
Yep, she smelled good. She had like her thing. She didn't have a lot. She didn't like overconsume. She had her go-tos.
Yeah. She used the things that she liked in that department.
You know what I'm saying?
I think the overconsumption stuff came
when she got
later.
sick, because that was part of
that came
listener.
Later.
That was part of her dementia, was like the overconsumption of food, of shopping, of VHSs, of DVDs, of CDs, of candles. Hello.
Yeah.
I love thinking about you as a 5-year-old. That's really adorable.
She was, and I feel like I hate to compare myself in some of the ways that I thought that she really killed it as a mom.
Nope.
Here it comes. Like she just was like so committed to traditions.
She was committed to traditions.
She was like fucking diehard.
She was
even
diehard.
In her exhausted state, she never, I think one time she went on strike, like a little bit later, she was like, I'm fucking out. Like I'm going to grandma's.
Figure it out.
And we were like, wait, what?
Come back.
But like she was like, I mean, there was never a Christmas where she didn't put every single decoration out, or she didn't, there wasn't a dinner for a holiday that she didn't do. I remember her commitment to those things, and it mattered, and I remember it.
I loved when another early memory, so a little older than when she took me to the grocery store that one time, was when she would go and crawl into the attic and speaking of tradition, and pull out the old ass box of Halloween decorations. No,
not
and
a lot
masks.
of Rubbermaids in our house.
It was
doing a lot of
cardboard box. I mean, it was like ripping, because every time she'd grab it and we'd put the masks on, I could smell the inside of these masks. And the weirdest thing is that box had like this smell to it, and it didn't smell bad. It smelled like kind of like old,
like
Halloween.
A box in an attic.
Yeah, but it had like almost like this patchouli smell to it. And then years later, I find this Yankee candle called, it was like a Halloween witchy candle.
Witch's brew.
Yes, and it smelled like the Halloween box.
It smells like an old toy, like
it
an old plastic toy.
Yes, that's what the candle smells like. It smells like old plastic. And I literally only light it like when I take out all of my Halloween decorations.
Yeah, that's so fun.
In remembrance of our dead mom.
Do you remember the pumpkin mask that she used to wear that just went over the nose? And she just literally, like, it was like a pumpkin hat. It was like a pumpkin hat. It was like a hat, and it had like the stem, and it went over the nose, and she like it was kind of again tradition.
I mean, why did we get rid of that?
I don't know. I'm so pissed about some of the things that we got rid of.
I know. Speaking of getting rid of things, I was going through photos the other day.
What'd you find?
I found a photo of a beautiful like cake, my orange cake. Mom made me my cake, you know?
Yeah, you mean the pumpkin cake?
Yeah,
the tin that I gifted you.
That you gifted me, but I found a photo of it, like a photo of the cake.
And made
and with the frosting.
Impressive.
She was good.
Like, they were good.
She was artsy and creative. She had a really big creative edge to her.
She did.
Now, for all the funny things our mom did, our mom also told me I was deformed.
You were deformed, and she called me goat girl before I got my second round of braces and 111 teeth pulled.
Wait, why?
And Anthony's crying.
How old were you?
The director is crying.
How old were you when she called you goat girl?
I was probably 16 and a half. No, I was younger. And how I don't have an eating disorder, body dysmorphia, heroin addiction, and even an ounce of self-esteem.
You really don't. You're so good with that. See, I think I had a little residual damage.
I mean, I did too in different ways, but I mean, like really like goat girl, deformed.
Mom told me my mom would say, so I posted the other day that I posted a photo of Michelle and I from how we were, and then a photo of a current
then and now.
then and now. And back then I had a schnoz. Like, let's be honest. It did have like a bigger nose, but
you didn't even get a chance to grow into it.
100%.
If you had a couple, if your fucking double D's might have came in, it would have all balanced out. Jesus. Give it a sec.
Yeah, I feel like looking back, I remember likening it to Linda Evangelista's nose.
Yeah.
Because she had like a very unique nose. Mm-hmm. And I was bullied because of my nose and called Pinocchio. And then at one point I would go home and tell my mom crying, and I don't know. I'm not quite sure if she was like, "You poor thing, come give me a hug." That wasn't mom. Mom was not. I didn't get that like extra nurturing aspect of mom, which I'm really overdoing it with Luna because I want to make up for what I didn't get. But she would say like, "It is deformed, Lauren."
I know. There was like, I was like,
"You're not helping."
It's interesting your experience with that. So the second time I got braces, so I had gotten braces one time, and I was fine with my teeth. I didn't really think anything of it. And then, so I had braces through my junior high, and then I had my braces taken off my sophomore year. And I was hanging out with some friends, and one of my guy friends at the time told me that his brother said that, who's that cute friend of yours with the buck teeth? And he was being sweet. He was like and
that's what he was using to explain who he was talking about.
And I was devastated because
I
had just gotten my braces off.
Wait, he said that after you had your braces?
Yeah, it was like, I mean, it was like a couple months later or something. I was hanging out with my friends and whatever. And he was like, yeah, my brother said, you know, he asked who that cute girl with buck teeth was. And I was just like,
cool, thanks.
I just had braces on for 5 fucking years. Like what? And went home that night. And I was like, so-and-so said I have buck teeth. Now, I will say, June, you know, she turned around and instead of driving a car through his front fucking window, which is what I would have done if someone said that to my kid, we went to, you know, Dr. McMullen, and I had 9 teeth pulled like within the next 2 weeks and a full set of braces again. And I got them removed like a week before senior pictures.
Yeah, mom was down with like,
she was like down
things.
Like, we're not gonna counter that with some self-esteem boosters. We're gonna just go ahead and get some rhinoplasty and a new set of fucking braces.
Did you like drive over to his house or not?
No. Did you guys go to the doctor's house right away
that night?
I mean, basically, my mom with me, it wasn't like, okay, when people are bullying you, go up to them and say, "Don't fucking talk to me like that."
Yeah. Or like how I parent my children. If someone says something mean to you, say something meaner. back.
I talked to a friend recently who basically gave their kids the same advice.
I mean, because you know what? I'm going to tell you something. It's a cruel world out there, and you can't show weakness, okay? 1 ounce of weakness,
if you're going to make it through the day, you're right.
You're cooked, so you better come back strong or get rhinoplasty and a new set of fucking teeth.
Which is what I did. My mom was not like, yeah, go tell them off. She was like, let's go call a whack job plastic surgeon and get you your nose job.
Yeah.
Because honestly, what plastic surgeon gives a 15-year-old a nose job?
A freaking quack.
I mean, right? Like
that just doesn't
I would be
seem,
like, honey, wait till you're 18.
Your growth plates aren't closed
I mean,
yet.
literally.
Do you even have those?
I know. You know what? It is what it is, and I'm very happy.
Yeah, like when you look in the mirror today, you ain't crying. Let's be honest.
No, and whoever called me Pinocchio,
can
karma
go fuck
got
off.
them.
Yeah, because they have a micro penis.
My beautiful lady.
Thank
My
you.
Beautiful
It's okay. I'm fine. I'm not sad about it anymore.
I know you're not.
But
that's
I will
why
teach
we can,
Luna the opposite. Oh my God, I daydream. I'm like, she's got a little kid that, sometimes gives her a push here and there. And I
they're
get
all
in
around.
her face and I tell her, I'm like, you tell him, don't touch me. And I'm like, don't move your teeth either. Don't touch me.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Give him a poke right in the chest.
And hopefully she has the strong big hands that you do and she'll fuck some shit up.
But all around Mom, I'm
Mom
happy to
was
say I
fun.
had a really beautiful experience with my mom.
I miss her.
Got really involved in school, and she was really like St. John of the Cross. Shout out to SJC in Western Springs.
Yeah.
That was I have so many fond memories of that school, and I feel like Mom played a role
involved
in that.
She was at Hot Dog Day and
Hot Dog
Bagel Day. I think she was exhausted by the time I got to high school as an elite soccer player. Never saw one game. That's fine.
Same
Don't
here.
care.
There were
Dad
not
never
elite.
missed.
I was not elite, but I did other things that Mom didn't always tend to. And listen, I have
There were
things
5
that
kids.
I've gone to therapy for, but I'm happy to say that as a 43-year-old woman, I feel really like proud of the relationship that Mom and I had and grateful for it.
Same.
I understand better why our relationship struggled when she wasn't yet diagnosed. Then I went through the insane
The guilt. Horrible.
the guilt that I went through. I know
Same.
of being, because I was resentful to her. I was mad at her.
I was mean.
I was mean to her.
I was mean.
Because I was pissed at her. I was like, what the, you don't care. I'm getting married and I feel like you literally don't have any interest. This is a big thing for me. I wanted to do this with you. But her brain was saying, can do. And I didn't know it yet.
I want you guys to know, if you guys decide to renew your vows, I'm going to come to that event because I wasn't mentally present at your actual ceremony.
Well, I mean, like, let's be honest. We checked
nightmare.
out because of Mom.
Yes.
Because we were just worried.
Because something wasn't right.
Of course.
And no one knew what it was. And I was on the front lines of trying to manage and figure it out.
Oh my God.
I do want to just make one correction.
Yeah.
I stated earlier that Mom never went to a soccer game. That's not true.
Did
She
she
went
go
to
to
one
one?
soccer game. She went to one soccer game, and I heard her on the sidelines get so cute and bubbly and cheer, "Come on, girls, get perky." And I went home and said, "We're good. Never again." And everybody laughed. "Come on, girls, get perky."
What did she even mean?
She was just like, "Turn it up
Like,
a notch."
turn it up.
I mean, get perky. I was like, I'm going to kill myself.
Oh my God. And I have to, oh my God, please don't. When we were in Sawyer, Michigan, we were at another restaurant called The Historian, another spot that people should go to. And moving into more of like the grief and death, as we were sitting there.
Yeah. I was just telling that story.
I mean, I looked over my shoulder and my breath was taken away. There was a woman sitting there that you would have thought was Mom.
Oh, you showed me the pit. Lauren, I cried.
You did?
Lauren,
because it looked like her.
It looked like her.
Heard
the
her
way
later.
she was sitting, it made me, I was shook for a couple days actually. After
couldn't stop thinking about it.
That was eerie.
It was weird. And I wanted to go, Maggie was like, "Are you going to go up to her?" And I was like, you know what? I'm going to keep this moment because I love the fact that I'm pretending right now that Mom's sitting with, because I always do that. If I see a doppelganger, I pretend like she's sitting there and happy and alive and healthy. And I'm like, I don't want, if she thinks I'm a weirdo for coming up to her, I don't want her. And I understand that's not her. She's not supposed to make that space for me. And I didn't want her to weird her out.
Yep. Totally. No, in those moments, when I've heard before, like when you see someone that reminds you of or looks like that is like a a moment that's supposed to happen to bring your loved one
It's
back.
the universe.
And it's so weird.
It's the universe saying it's a message. I firmly believe it is trippy because it's like a magic trick. It's like, hey, I want you haven't thought about your mom for a second. Here you go. We're going to blow your mind real quick.
That happened once many, 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 many years ago with our grandpa, Massarella, our dad's dad. God, he had been dead for years. And I was at a restaurant and I saw a gentleman walk by that stopped me in my tracks. He looked exactly like our grandfather and it shook me to the core. I was just like,
weird.
But also like, I was like, I miss you. I feel like I don't even know you, but I miss you.
I found a photo when I found some other photos when I was looking for mom photos of me as a baby and dad and another older man's and it was dad and then an older man's face. I can only see a portion of it. I'm like, oh my God, that's my grandpa Massarella. And so I texted, what's that?
I was just going to say, could you imagine if we recorded this episode yesterday, the day before I got my period?
You guys, Michelle was a hot mess. This is so glad that we're doing it now.
Yeah.
And I saw this photo and I texted dad, I go, is this grandpa? He goes, it appears so. And I've never seen myself in a photo with grandpa before.
What?
And I think I was 2 when he died. And yeah.
I was in 3rd grade.
Yeah. That tracks. Okay. So
they asked me if I wanted to go to the funeral and I chose to go to school instead. I was in 3rd grade.
You're in 3rd grade. Yeah, that's okay. Do you regret that?
Kind of.
Okay.
Anywho.
I'm sorry to hear that.
10 lashings for making an 8-year-old's decision poorly.
Well, yeah. I wonder if they were like, do you remember if they were like, are you sure this is how you say goodbye?
I talk about a memory that I remember. I remember mom and dad both very sad coming into my bedroom and telling me, Grandpa, I remember going and visiting him one last time. He was very sick. He was very frail. And I remember going to his house and I remember hugging him. And I remember
you hugged him?
Feeling just like how skinny he felt and frail. And, it just was sad. But I was little, but I got it. I remember getting it.
You got it that he was dying.
Yeah.
Wow.
And I remember when they came in my room and they were like, your grandpa died.
Sad,
And I was like, okay. And I just remember how sad our dad was.
Oh, cool. I need a barf bag.
Can somebody please call a doctor?
Do we need tissues?
Maybe. Yeah, I am just pouring them out of the eyes.
One day we'll have a production assistant.
Oh my God.
On-set assistant.
Oh my God. I'm so sorry,
well,
listeners.
Because you were experiencing not only you couldn't comprehend really death on that magnitude, but you witnessed sadness from our parents.
It was the grief.
You witnessed grief. Thank you. You witnessed our grief of our parents, which watching someone else grieve is very, very, very sad.
Oh my God.
Like, I feel like since mom has died, thank you. Since mom has died, even just recently, I had a few friends who lost their parent. And not that I was that close to the parents, knowing how sad my friends were going to be, I'm like, oh, it just takes your breath away because you're just like, you're going to be so sad. And you don't know that's sad yet because it's going to hit you in a couple days. And then we understand that loss.
Yeah.
The loss of any loved one.
Something that I have taken from our friends over at the Remember Me podcast. Maria and Rachel always talk about, they always talk about remembering the good. Mm-hmm. And that has been like sort of my mantra, just with my own experience with our mom.
Yes.
And
totally,
then,
Michelle.
Also, when my friends or people that I know who have lost a loved one, I share that sentiment with them when I write a note to them now. Like,
remember the good
remember
parts.
the good, because everyone's trying to do their best, and we can choose the direct. I mean, you and I can be pissed, burning fucking mad about
that mom called me deformed,
and I had goat girl. But you
It
know
makes
what?
me laugh. I'm like, what the fuck? If she were alive right now, I'd be like, Mom, what the fuck is wrong with you? Why would you say that? We'd be laughing and she'd be like the rest of America right now and probably light up a cigarette.
Yeah. Speaking of, you got any?
I mean,
I'll take one.
honestly, I think we're going to do a whole episode. We were supposed to talk a little bit about the smoking today, but I think we're going to do a whole episode on why smoking is cozy and it's back. I'm not smoking again, by the
Parliament
way.
Light. I'll take one now.
I mean, P-Funk. Sick. I either
Hand it over.
smoked Marlboro Lights or a Capri, which I love. I might light one up one day before I die. Okay, so speaking of dying, Mom is dead. She died 7 years ago on April 19th.
Yep.
And then it was Good Friday.
Yep.
It was the Friday before Easter. And it was a pink full moon.
Yep.
And I'll never forget, I remember I went for a walk. I left to go for a walk. And I remember seeing our good friends, the Duffs, pull in. And I turned and looked. And they were carrying in groceries and a case of Miller Lite, which that's when I was
That's how you know they're doing it right.
Yeah. And I remember them, and I remember thinking to myself, like, because that's when we show up for people, you know? Like, I remember just clocking, like, okay, this is how it's done. Remember the next time someone's dying that you show up like that. You bring some groceries, you bring some well-being stuff. And the Duffs are such good, close friends, you know, of our families that it was like, if they're coming and showing up, we're coming to say goodbye.
Close. Yeah.
Mom's death was so crazy because I sometimes refer to it as a living wake because
That's what we had.
Still living.
It was incredible.
And so many people were coming through the doors. And I felt like
Mom's living wake was a representation of how Mom led her life when she was alive and well.
Totally.
June had an open door policy. Her house was open to anybody. It was a fucking 3-ring circus.
like anybody
and everybody. She took in strays. If there was a
She
friend
really
that
did.
was like divorced and didn't have anywhere to eat on a Sunday, everyone always knew that we were eating and there was a spot at the table. And uh-oh. What? My God, what?
I just remembered I did something last week that because Mom.
What?
I remember being in the car with Mom as a little girl, and there was a man walking on the side of the road, an old man. And I don't know if Mom had seen this man walking around.
Yeah.
I remember she pulled over on the side of the street. She got out of the car. I saw her talking to him. And then here comes the guy and Mom. And he was an older man, like he was an elder.
Yeah.
An old man. And she put him in the front seat. And they talked for a little bit. Again, I was little, but she drove him somewhere. He got out, said goodbye and thank you. And I remember to this day, I was like, okay, Mom was a helper.
She was.
She really was so empathetic. And if she saw
she
someone
wasn't
in
a
need,
bury your head in the sand kind of a gal.
she saw this guy. I don't know. I can't recall if he was struggling or limping or what, or if she had seen him, but she popped him in the car and drove him somewhere.
Yeah.
Well, the other day I'm driving.
Oh, who'd you pick up? Times have
The
changed.
guy in the wheelchair.
Yeah.
I was driving and I
Wait,
saw
the guy in the
a man-
wheelchair?
Different guy.
Okay.
Different
That was
guy
a
in a
rough-
wheelchair.
that
That was
one was
another one.
almost
That
a-
was another guy in a wheelchair. But this guy in a wheelchair was like, he didn't have a motorized car and he was using like one leg to really push. And he was an old dude. And I pull over and I'm like, hey, do you need help?
Yeah.
And he was like, kinda. I'm like, where are you going? He's like, I'm going to Potbelly's. So I'm like, it was around it was like a block and a half away. So I'm like, all right, just stay put. He was stuck in the middle of the road.
Yeah.
So I get out of my car and I start pushing Paul. So I'm like, Paul, I'm Lauren, and I'm going to give you a little push. I go, how the hell were you going to get there? I go, what do you want, a sandwich? He goes, all right. I was actually going to the liquor store next to Potbelly's.
Did you get him something?
He wanted vodka.
Okay, good for you.
He got out. He left the nursing home that he stays at. He told me as a pass. I'm like, is anyone going to be looking for you? You know, and he was so nice and sweet. And when I put him into the liquor store, I was like, do you need me to help you go find the vodka? He's like, no, Mike, I got a guy here. I mean, this guy knew where he was going.
Yeah.
And as I was left, you never know people's state of cognition. He was like, all right, Lauren, see you around. Like he remembered my name from, 5 or 10 minutes ago.
Wow.
But that whole sitch
thanks, June.
was my mom.
Yeah.
That was June.
Totally.
I would have, I don't know, but she taught me to help other people.
Yep.
And so if you
I remember when June went to bat for, kids in my school when we were younger that were struggling and she felt like they were not getting treated fairly. She went and spoke up.
Yeah.
She she rooted for the underdog and
love
she
that
went to
about
bat
her.
for people that she thought weren't. Yeah. And she used to tell me, and I know I've talked about this because you're like, yeah, mom never said that to me. But I got the mom that was like, don't fucking ignore things that you see. If you see some shit going down.
Well, you're saying that to me and I remember it now.
Okay. Yeah.
No, but meaning like you're teaching me what mom didn't teach me.
But she taught you by actions.
Yes. In
she
different
actually
ways.
said it to me.
Yeah.
She was like, don't be a little
pussy.
And
she probably would have said it like that.
Speak up. And I was like, aye, Captain. You got it.
What were you going to say?
No, I was just going to say, I mean, I think like, yeah, maybe people in maybe her upbringing, you know, something.
Yes.
People not sticking up for her in
one
way or another.
Who knows?
Or maybe like she had things that she, you know, like when you talk about your, you know, the nose or, you know, the teeth. Maybe there's certain things about her that she didn't like that no one.
Yeah, maybe helped her with or something. I don't know.
Not that was.
I think that you're right, though, Anthony. I mean, I remember my mom. She didn't share a ton of stories, but you know, she got picked on. She did get picked mugged and bullied, and she grew up in a rougher part of the city, and she had stories like that. You know, like I remember that story where you know the story. She got off the bus.
No, which one?
And she was carrying groceries.
No,
she got off the bus and she was carrying. She had 2 bags of groceries, and they cut her.
So all the groceries fell?
They whoever was bothering her, assaulting her, really cut the straps of the dress she had, so she would be forced to drop the bags of groceries
to cover her body,
so she could cover her body.
See, I want to kill.
So she was a tough bitch.
Well, yeah, especially if she's having to wander around the city, taking
a bus, getting groceries. It was a different life experience.
And again, it was something like we did not hear. She did not talk about it a lot. Like, and plus when mom died, I felt like mom's lineage died, besides us, obviously. Yeah. But her generation,
we know nothing,
got like killed off.
So like, listener, if you happen to be a distant relative
or a genealogist,
or you know anyone that might know our mom or a relative, can you call us? Call our house phone.
Leave us a message.
Leave us a message.
Or if anyone out there has done the digging on their family and has tools and tips, we know nothing. I mean, mom was an only child,
and her father was Greek, and so what we learned in the little bit of research that we did was when the Greeks came through, at the time that they came through, it's almost impossible to track that lineage because their names were so bastardized when they got here. Nothing. So it was like Papadopoulos is like
that sounds actually super American.
Yeah, nothing matches, and so really what you have to do is like go to like churches and research through church
communions or baptisms, like weddings.
Because it is near, because you know there's family somewhere.
Yeah, it's not like she just appeared out of nowhere.
Well, that's why I have our picture of our great grandpa and grandma Anna and Alex on the wall. Andrew for Anna, hope, just as a reminder that there is someone there. Just a key. Are you looking? Are you watching me? My kids are like, that picture fucking scares me. I'm like, shut up.
It's their wedding.
Great grandma and grandpa. They look happy. They're like, it's so weird.
They don't smile. It's like probably an arranged marriage.
Terrified.
Probably just got off
17
the boat.
and a half.
Oh my God, Michelle's 17 and a half. So yeah, I mean, you know, moms, we were going on about the she was alive. And
yeah.
I mean, we had like a living wake and surrounded by her family. We ushered her death. You know, we labored it. We helped labor it.
Now, there's something I didn't tell you. I've never told you before. No, it's kind of funny. Anthony's going to love this. When June was dying.
Yes.
And we were all surrounding her. Yes. I mean, she was surrounded by friends and family while she was literally taking her last breaths.
Yes.
And there were moments where I was like, in my mind, I was like literally saying, go, like, you're free, like, move on, like, we're good, you don't need to stay. And then there were also other moments where my ADHD would come into play, and I would think about that moment in, oh God, it's so embarrassing.
What movie? In a movie?
The Gladiator. Russell Crowe
touching the
is dying in the Coliseum, and he's raising up and spinning around and walking through the wheat
you know
fields.
What? It sounds beautiful. It was.
I was like, this is what's happening. This is what's happening right now.
Mom's dying, and now you're thinking about Russell.
never told
I'm obsessed with you. I love how you're ADD. I can't even think if I thought about anything else at that moment.
Well, I was thinking a lot of things because also she was so sick for so long and it was so fucking depressing that when I got word from the doctor that this is what early stages of dying looks like, and that would have been the last doctor's appointment would ever go to, I had felt a relief
But she was
for
dying.
the first time
In
in
years.
7 years.
Yeah.
And so when it was deathbed phase of death, I was like, honey, it's go time.
Yeah.
I've never been more fucking ready for anything in my life. I'm going to help you through this. And also, there's a little bit of brain space for me to take a left
think about
turn
other things
and imagine my favorite movie ever and what might be going on here while we're all hanging out.
Everyone's moaning and crying. Michelle's thinking
I was
about
like,
the
if you had any idea what's going on in my head right now.
Well, you know what she was doing? We talked about this at least 2 to 3 times that I recall and I was present for. Mom was very lucid for a couple moments and her eyes would be wide and her eyes almost got wider as she reached up at her arm was not straight up to the sky. It was forward and in front of her.
Yeah.
And she was reaching, and I mean trying to touch something.
And we weren't seeing movement like that.
We hadn't seen her make any movement like that. That was so out of her character at this point. And it was either Grandma Manos, who Tina's here. Tina made, we had
Yep. Tina's here. I'll leave it at that. Thank you.
Is this the song?
This is it. Can't you see it?
But I hope that this is what her entrance to the afterlife is like. She's crying again. It's beautiful.
This is the dance mix version, though.
I was going to say, this seems a little...
Still hits hard.
It's beautiful. I completely understand
Isn't
why
that embarrassing?
No,
it's
it's
great.
not embarrassing. Because you were probably also like, where's she going?
I know.
That makes me sad. It's like, where are we sending you? We're saying goodbye to you and we're saying it's okay for you to go, but also where the fuck are you going? And you made up a story.
I was like,
your
wherever
favorite
you're
movie.
going, it's better than where you've been for the last 7
Swear.
years. So let's
go.
LFG, baby.
I'll never forget
LFG.
when Lee Dan, who was basically our mom's like
Death doula.
sat vigil, death doula.
Fused to a chair.
I don't even know if she went up to use the restroom. She at one point was like, listen, you guys, your mom's not dying. If you guys are all here at this point, like we've been doing this for like 2 days, go get some fresh air. So then Loesch took us to go get her nails done. And we walked into the salon and the sweet ladies at the salon were like, oh, hello, all of you. How are you doing? Nicole's like, not good. Our mom's dying. And then we all
I think I said, if you only knew.
But that was a really beautiful moment for us as sisters and our aunt, who was like our surrogate sister.
Yep.
To just have a moment together. And then mom still didn't die. She wanted us. So we all went back.
We're like, and we're going to try it again with you here in the room.
And just one other moment that I'll never forget from mom's death. And there were many. So, I mean, I remember her being taken away and we didn't sit in the room. Lee sat in the room while they prepared her body to go, which is wild. My thoughts and memories have gotten a little mixed up from, was the bag zipped? I thought the bag wasn't zipped and the moon was shining on her as they wheeled her out into the back.
That's your version.
That's my
of the
version of
gladiator
the gladiator. But after mom died, and
Wouldn't that have been weird? Just a corpse head
in
just
my mind, that's what
hopping
happened.
out. Hey,
It was a corpse head. Oh my God. But that was in my mind.
yeah.
That's what I saw. In any case, was when our good loved one, Carol King, who had lost her son a week prior, she showed up in our dead mom's
Badass.
house. Second set of grief and loss for her in probably 7 days.
I don't get it.
With a bottle of wine. And I said to her, I go, what are you doing here? And she goes, this is what you do when someone dies. You show up.
I miss her too.
I know. I miss her so much. Good people. Well, you know what? The good news is that we were surrounded by really amazing people.
It's true.
And we're all going to die one day.
Debbie Downer can't go an episode
No,
without
honestly, knowing and realizing you're amor fati,
that's it.
you're going to make her cry again.
Anthony's
crying. Now Anthony's
I
crying.
haven't
Anthony's
stopped
crying.
crying. I have not stopped
I will
crying.
say I was thinking when you were talking about Gladiator, back to Gladiator, like mine I don't know what mine will be, but I already have a version of that for my friend Steve, which is every time I see Shawshank Redemption, where Tim Robbins sees Morgan Freeman on the beach, and it's like from far away. And it always gets me.
Anthony.
And that's why you weep every time we watch that part. I didn't know that.
Guys want to hug? Everybody good? Here, Anthony.
Pass the Kleenex over.
Now Anthony's crying. But that's the thing about knowing that we're all going to die. Amor fati. If you realize that we all have the same fate and that's where we're going, live your fucking life and do what you want.
YOLO.
The end.
The end.
R.I.P. Mom. GTS.
GTS.
And now it's time for an ad break.
Honk, honk.
Honk.
Oh my God.
I love you guys.
If you're on the verge of death and you want to protect your wealth, well, boy, do we have the fucking business for you.
Chicago Wealth Management Group, this one's for you. Thank you for sponsoring our podcast. Guys like Matt, Rick, and Robert at Chicago Private Wealth Group are trusted partners who help you align your money side of your life with the bigger picture. They don't just build a financial plan, they work with your other professionals, handle the day-to-day details, and help make sure your money stays with you and not Uncle Sam.
That's right.
And because life is always changing, you never know what can happen, they help you adjust and stay on track, whether that's planning for retirement, navigating big purchases like a lake house, hello Sawyer, Michigan, or supporting aging parents or getting both partners on the same page financially. They are there to help you. At the end of the day, their goal is simple: make your money match your values. So if you would like to learn more about Chicago Private Wealth Group, all you have to do is go to chicagopwg.com, have a chat with Rick Shanley, and he will help you on your way have a better handle on your finances. Thank you for supporting our podcast. And that brings us to reading, watching, and listening. And let's just cover one watching. I turned on What Lies Beneath in honor of our dead mom because she watched that movie on repeat, and I turned it on times. And I turned it off.
Oh, Lauren.
It's just, back in the day, I felt like this was a good, scary movie with Michelle Pfeiffer and
Didn't you think Harrison
Ford.
Ford was a good bad guy?
He is. He is. But it's just so cheesy.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah. Sorry.
I'm kidding. I feel like everyone knows by now.
It wasn't slapping. So I turned it off and put on Dawson's Creek, and that gives me all of my life all of the time.
Well, I have something that'll slap for you with Michelle Pfeiffer. And it is this new show called Margot Has Money Troubles with Elle Fanning.
I've heard about this.
Michelle Pfeiffer plays her mom. I think it's on Apple TV. I'm not sure.
I think it is.
You have to watch.
What's the premise?
Elle Fanning plays a freshman in college.
Okay.
She lives with her roommates. She is having a relationship with a person who she shouldn't be having a relationship with, and she finds herself pregnant in the first episode.
Okay.
I'm not rude. It's
that's the
whole
setup.
That's the setup. And
it's a teacher, isn't it?
I figured. And she's a single mom. She is a student. She's got a little bit of a fucked up family.
Who doesn't?
Who doesn't? And Michelle Pfeiffer's character, there's this interesting, similarly to what we were sharing earlier. Like they have a loving relationship.
Yeah,
it's
but their mothers.
But there's people have baggage, and so you're seeing that. But I've seen Elle's nips more than I can count.
I didn't realize that she showed the nips in
breastfeeding. We're doing it.
She's doing natural
She's going through motherhood as a single person.
And as a young person, it sounds like she's 19, 20?
She's young.
Yeah.
She's having the baby. It's hysterical.
Okay, I'm going to watch it.
It's dark. It's all over the place. And I binged the first 4 episodes.
So, okay. I heard from actually a friend of Anthony's, his friend Paul.
He liked it?
Yes. So it's not just for women.
It's really good.
Okay,
Nick Offerman.
Yes.
Yeah.
His character is really kind of funny in it too. Like it's kind of off the wall. I loved it.
Okay, there we go.
To watch.
Let's hold off on the other listening and move right into housekeeping. Whiffs, we have an in-person event we want you to come to. Mm-hmm. We are going to be at Brew Point in Elmhurst having a cozy conversation on reading and books. Not
Can't
only
wait.
that, we're having a book swap. So if you've got a couple books on your shelf that you're like, well, I've been sitting here looking at it, or I loved it so much other people have to read it, bring it. We're going to build our own little library. Also, Annie Sifferman from Billy Doe and her tie-dyed apparel, she'll be there with all of her cool things that you could buy from. And then Lizzie Selly from Lizzie Selly Studio will be there with paintings, drawings, jewelry. Who knows what else? She always comes with a mixed bag of amazing creations. And then, of course, Michelle and I will be having a cozy conversation with our whiffs.
Literally can't wait.
Cannot wait. Anyone remember Christopher Pike books? Michelle doesn't remember them.
Never saw them in my life.
But what were you
actually
reading
now,
back in the day?
Babysitter's Club.
Babysitter's Club. Yeah, we're going to go nostalgia too. And we're just going to talk about the amazing benefits of reading and why it's so cozy.
And why we're obsessed with it.
The Eventbrite is in the link in our bio, so be sure to check it out, grab your tickets, and join us on Thursday, June 11th at 6 p.m. Also, our two new candles are now for pre-sale. We've got Slow Down, which is lavender and vanilla. It
stinks
smells
so good.
So zen.
So zen.
It is the candle that if like you literally light it and your cortisol lowers.
Disappears.
It disappears. But you'll still have all of your problems. But
yeah,
it just gets
lower.
lower.
It's a Band-Aid.
It's just a Band-Aid.
It's just a Band-Aid.
And then In the Woods. Oh, and Slow Down
out.
is in like a lilac colored vessel. It's really soft. And then In the Woods is in this amber, transparent, beautiful vessel, sandalwood and oud smoke. And it smells like the controlled fires on a amazing woodsy day.
They are my two new fave scents ever.
They're pretty fucking awesome.
Nailed it.
So that pre-sale order link is in the link in our bio. So shop there. Michelle, what was your simple joy of this last week?
Sleeping with the windows open.
Oh,
Lord
yes.
knows I need to with the dewy moistness I've been waking up to. But yeah, it's window sleeping open.
It's the best.
Open window sleeping season. Yeah.
It like happens, we get it like in the spring and then,
by next
again,
week we'll have the air on. But right now we're living it. I'm loving it. And nothing is more delightful.
Love it. Mine is in line with yours. It's a seasonal moment of gratitude. It's all of the flowers, specifically
they be popping.
The lilacs.
They be popping.
You stopped during our business meeting the other day and you're like, I must smell these. How good is it smell?
Incredible. And like, it's just like the air is infused with the scent.
It's so good.
You get a breeze and
you
it
get a whiff.
Smells like a lilac bush.
So whiffs, be sure to take a whiff of all of the amazing flowers that are blooming right now, because it's the simple joys that keep us going. And with that, friends,
stay cozy with.